another one. This was all Israel, I'm Israel Chai. And I have it for you, mister. This is so easy. I'm going to make this easy. Instead of doing Shabbat Shalom, because this is kind of a weird place to be right now with Shabbat Shalom. This is Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, you mean?
No, this one.
Yeah, it's me and you.
Me and you.
Me and you will change the world. So the literal is we will change the world, and then I will follow. Others have said it before, but it doesn't matter. You and I will change the world. And then the second verse is you and I will try to, from the start, we will have a really hard time, but it's all okay. It'll work out.
Okay.
Which is kind of like that kind of, I'm going to say it out loud right now to everybody too. Yeah, it's kind of a funny lyric. Because it's like, it's going to be rough, but you and I will change the world. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it takes everybody to change the world, especially with all this crazy rhetoric, right? Rabbi's not ready. I'll wait till we may have a lot of late comers because it's a bar mitzvah.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. How are you, Rabbi?
You know, we are due for a much-needed simcha this weekend. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, like something happening.
Yeah, for
I was
sure.
just watching Israeli News Live, and they were doing a wedding.
Yeah.
They were doing a wedding of two soldiers.
That's awesome.
That's how many generations.
That's awesome. But when we do that, that's like.
Rabbi Bear wrapped my dad's sister hair, so Rabbi Bear did it. I was just crying.
Yeah. Those are the moments worth living for.
Oh, I know. I agree. I like that. I dig it. You want to move that?
You know, here's the thing though. When I was 16, I saved up and bought a Squire P bass from the pawn shop. Like $67. And I kept it around and I plugged it in and that thing's like a battle axe. It still goes. So, you know, each one of them has their own feeling, their own connection. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We'll wait for about one more minute and then we'll get started. So if you could please find a seat.
Not telling yet. Not telling yet.
It's wonderful to see all of you. It's wonderful to celebrate a much-needed celebration this weekend, a much-needed simcha. We're so excited that we get to call grace into the Torah tomorrow. Believe me, I've been looking forward to this all week. Every time I turn on the news, my heart sinks. But tomorrow and this evening, my heart will be elevated. I'm sure yours will too. We're going to begin this evening with Hallelujah.
Oh, okay. I had a different piece, but we can do that.
Well, do your piece.
You want to do my piece?
You should do your piece.
All right. Wonderful.
when we elevate our soul, we do the piece that's on our mind or
All
on
right.
our heart.
Yeah, peace on our mind. This is an optimistic song. It's not a depressing song. It's called
We need that.
Anivata, me and you. So this piece, we're gonna nigun this. Hopefully you'll get the words because there's really only two major lines to this song. It's lyrics by Arik Einstein, who's a very famous folk singer-songwriter in Israel. Made his career mostly through the 70s. I grew up with this music from my parents who lived in Israel and came to America and had all the records, all the LPs. And this song was very popular when I was visiting this summer with the civil unrest in Israel. And now during this war, it's kind of become a second anthem to Israel. And so I want to share this with you. It's called Ani va'ata nishane et ha'olam, which means you and I will change the world. Ani va'ata az yavo ukvar kulam, all will follow when you do this. That essentially is what it says. Amru et ze kodem lefanai lo mishane. It said it before. We've said this before, but it doesn't matter. Lo mishane. It's kind of like a slangy, like it doesn't matter. Ani va'ata nishane et ha'olam. And then the second verse is essentially you and I will try from the start. We will have a hard time, but it doesn't matter. It's not that bad. So there we go. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. אני ואתה אז יבואו כבר כולם. אמרו את זה קודם לפניי, לא משנה. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. אני ואתה ננסה מההתחלה. יהיה לנו רע, אין דבר, זה לא נורא. אמרו את זה קודם לפניי, לא משנה. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. Try to sing along if you can. אני ואתה. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. אני ואתה, אז יבוא, וכבר כולם אמרו את זה קודם, לפניי לא משנה. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם.
Shekoyach. If you're able to do so, I ask that you please rise. Shalom Aleichem is on page 5.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachi Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Akadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malachi Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Tzochem leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malachi Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu.
As we light our Shabbat candles, anybody interested in helping us say the blessing or lighting with us is welcome to come up to the bima. Page 4.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner v'tzivanu להדליק נר וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
Please be seated. We continue on page 11, Lechu Neranena.
לכו נרננה לאדוני, לכו נרננה לאדוני, נריע לצור אישנו נקדמנו לצור אישנו נקדמה פניו בתודה בזמירות נריע לו לכו נרננה לאדוני לכו נרננה לאדוני נריע לצור אישנו נקדמה פניו בתודה נריע לצור אישנו נקדמה פניו בתודה בזמירות נריע לו בזמירות נריע לו בזמירות נריע לו.
We continue page 18, Zamru Ladonai.
זמרו לאדוני בכינור, בכינור וכל זמרה, בחצוצרות וכל שופר. הריעו לפני המלך אדוני, זמרו לאדוני בכינור, בכינור וכל זמרה. בחצוצרות וכל שופר הריעו לפני המלך אדוני ירם הים לו תבל ויושבי בה נהרות עמך וכף יחד הרים ירננו הים לו תבל ויושבי בה נהרות עמך וכף יחד הרים ירננו לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ לשפוט תבל בצדק ועמים במישרים ירם הים לו תבל ויושבי בה נהרות עמך וכף יחד הרים
Continue. We're in the Lev Shalem, the Red Siddur, on page 20, Romemu.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtakavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtakavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtakavu lehar kodsho Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtakavu lehar kodsho.
If you're able to do so, please rise. Page 21, Mizmor LeDavid.
Mizmor LeDavid Avul Adonai b'nei Elim Avul Adonai
קול אדוני בהדרת קודש, קול אדוני על המים, אל הבור הרים. אדוני על מים רבים, קול אדוני בכוח, קול אדוני בהדר, קול אדוני שובר ארזים, וישבר אדוני את ארזי הבלון, וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון וסריון, כמו ורעמים. איי איי איי, קול אדוני עוצר לבודש, קול אדוני יכיל מדבר, יכיל אדוני מדבר קדש, קול אדוני יכולי איילות, ויחשוף יערות ובכלו כולו אומר כבוד. איי איי איי, אדוני למה בו ישב, ישב אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו השלום. איי די 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 די. Please be seated. We're told that the Sabbath is so precious and so beautiful, we're supposed to greet it like it's a beautiful bride on her wedding day. With that being said, Lecha Dodi is on page 23.
I'll be singing the first two verses and the last two verses. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamo v'zachor b'dibur echad ishmi'anu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad le'shemo l'tiferet ve'letila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Second verse. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mekor haberacha. Merosh mikedem nisucha sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala 25, ימין ושמאל. ימין ושמאל, תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי. על יד איש בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise and face the door.
לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. אוי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה, בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated. We continue page 27, Mizmor Shir Le'Yom HaShabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלינה ועלי היגיון בחינו. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך הרנן. מה גולו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
Sadiq Katzamar is on page 28.
Tzaddik יפרח, כי ארץ בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון בשיבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי אשר אדוני צורי ולא עוולתה בו. עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נא וקודש, אדוני לאורך ימים.
Mourners and those observing a yort site have an opportunity to say the mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 30. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divarach hirutei v'yamlik malkutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chaye dekol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'alam alalmei almaya. Yitzbarak v'yishtabak v'yitzpa'ar v'yitzramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitzadar v'yitzaleh v'yitzalal shemei dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'elma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Shabbat shalom. I asked Grayson if he wanted to do the sermon. He said no, but you draw quite the crowd, so maybe next week you should give it. We'll pack the house. How has your week been? That's great. If you were here for Shabbat last weekend, it was a very emotionally charged 2 days. And ever since then, every day, the war in Israel has escalated, and the international news media, I feel like, has jumped to blame Israel at every instance, even when they're patently wrong. For instance, earlier this week, I opened up the Apple News app on my phone just to see the headline from the New York Times. And the first thing it read was, Israeli strike kills hundreds in hospital. Now, keep in mind, the Gray Lady released this article without fact-checking anything. And then, even despite the fact that Israel released its own footage of the incident, various surveillance teams from other countries, including our own here in America, maintain that this wasn't an Israeli strike, but rather a faulty missile explosion from Islamic Jihad. Still, the New York Times has yet to release an apology about the incident. So, as you can see, I get pretty worked up when it comes to blatant anti-Semitism. So I decided that I'm going to pivot from discussing this terrible war in Israel. I'm going to pivot, basically for the sake of my blood pressure. I'm going to do something crazy tonight instead. I'm going to talk about the Torah portion. Crazy idea. I understand that what's going on overseas is important, but I also think it's really important that we maintain a sense of normalcy Because otherwise, the terrorists overseas infiltrate us and our daily lives, and I really refuse to let them consume all of my energy and consciousness, and my wife is tired of me checking the news and talking about it. So for the sake of all of us tonight, I'll use that energy to teach Torah, and I want to give us a break from this turbulence. And for Parshat Noach, which we read tomorrow morning, which describes the patriarch Noach and the flooding of the earth, I want to tell you another creation story, which is far less important, but hopefully entertaining nonetheless. Is that okay? Can we just smile for a little bit tonight? I know I need it for sure. This story involves my friend Sam, who is a rabbi in Tennessee. I want to start off by saying 3 things. Number 1, I love Sam like a member of my family. 2, I called him and asked if I could tell this story. He reluctantly agreed. 3, this is the most important part to understanding this anecdote. My friend Sam does not like animals. Now, you know how normal people sometimes have a cat or a dog in their home as a pet? Or if they don't personally have a cat or a dog, they can at least semi-function when they visit the home of someone who does. Or even if they can't do that, they can behave normally when they go to a park and see a dog. Sam cannot do any of those things. His brain simply does not understand why people would let animals live in their home or keep them at all. If a dog approaches Sam and it's wagging its tail, it's happy to see him, Sam does not know what to do. He just kind of looks back at the dog, confused, which confuses the dog more. Sam doesn't like the hair, he doesn't like the drooling, the muddy paw prints, the odor, any of that. Sam is very anti-animal. Not just dogs and cats, by the way. I'm talking rabbits, frogs, even a goldfish. You name it, he can't handle it. He wants nothing to do with animals. I, on the other hand, I'm the exact opposite. I love animals. I worked at a pet store for 5 years when I was in college, and I've had every critter you can think of under the sun. Dogs, cats, snakes, spiders, lizards, all of them. Because of this, I cannot genuinely wrap my head around someone who doesn't like animals. So, I decided to do a little experiment with Sam. I decided I was going to get him a pet. Allow me to say the following. If someone does not like animals, you should not get them a pet. I acknowledge that. So I thought a lot about this idea and what type of pet that I could get him. I thought about a pet that is the lowest amount of maintenance possible, and he would have to agree to before taking care of it. Now keep in mind, he doesn't even like a stupid goldfish. None of that. Then, after much thought, I thought about those colorfully weird advertisements I used to see in the back of old comic books. They were called sea monkeys. You saw those too. Now, for the younger people who might not know what sea monkeys are, I will pop this magical bubble. They're literally just brine shrimp. They come in this whimsical little colorful kit, and they have a packet of dehydrated eggs. And when you mix them with water, they hatch. Now, according to the instructions, all you have to do is feed them once a week with a scoop of the powdered food that comes with the kit. That's it. There's no petting, there's no washing, no scooping up poop, none of that. No vet bills. One little scoop of food a week. So I sent Sam the kits, and once again, he has to initiate the tank by pouring the eggs in if he wants to participate. No pressure. And so he reluctantly agrees, and lo and behold, the sea monkeys hatch. Now, if you've seen the ad, the sea monkeys that hatch look nothing like how they're portrayed in the comic book. There are no castles or underwater families playing baseball. None of that. But Sam successfully hatched some brine shrimp. And when he did this, I was so shocked that he actually got it to work. I gave him the moniker, or rather the title, of Sea Monkey Sam. He called me one day after they hatched. I had not heard him this happy in a long time. He was watching them swim around the little tank, and for a moment, for a brief second, I thought maybe he had come around. Maybe this tiny bit of responsibility would change the course of his life. So he would actually understand that it's beneficial, maybe even fun, to have a relationship with animals. Well, I wish I could tell you that the title would last long, because when it came time to feed the baby sea monkeys for the first time, Sea Monkey Sam accidentally overfed the tank with food. The water got too cloudy, and I kid you not, they all died. 3 days after he set up the tank, there was a sea monkey massacre in his little aquarium. I hope he's not watching. He called me very upset. I dubbed this whole event the rise and fall of Sea Monkey Sam. And after much contemplation, I think what I really learned from this ordeal is that some people should just really not have anything to do with animals, and Sam is one of those people. He felt really bad about it, and I assured him that it was a mistake. He did not have the blood of 1,000 sea monkeys on his hands. I think about this situation in contrast to our Parsha for the week, Noah, where God destroys a world that he had only just created. Now, the obvious difference between these two stories, Noah and Sea Monkey Sam, is that Sam destroyed his little world without meaning to. And in the Torah, we're told that God's motivations for flooding our world is because our world had become too evil. But notice, in both stories, the outcome is the same: the extermination of all living things, save for Noah's family. I suppose that's the crux of what I want to talk about tonight. Friends, whether or not we intend to do harm to someone or something, it's still possible to do tremendous amounts of damage, regardless of our intent. Has someone ever said something to you nonchalantly that really hurt you or really affected you? Have you ever made a mistake, a small mistake, that you found out later caused a big degree of chaos in someone else's life? Whether a banana peel is thrown on the floor intentionally, or if it just misses the wastebasket by accident and still lands on the floor, if someone slips on that banana peel, the same amount of damage can be done. This is a lesson I think applies to everyday life, but perhaps it applies now more than ever. When we speak to people, when we share an article online, and even when we have a disagreement with one another, I think it's important to ponder the underlying question: can this do damage? Can what I'm saying hurt someone And lastly, is this conversation or what I'm doing even necessary? At the end of the Parsha, at the end of Noach, God makes a brit, a covenant with the people of the earth. And God promises that God will never flood the entire world again. And the Torah tells us that a rainbow is supposed to be a sign for this covenant, and seeing it will remind us of God's pledge. And it's supposed to remind us of God's relationship to us. Well, I too have made a pledge. I'm officially done with attempting to get Sam to like animals. The next thing I will buy him is a pet rock. Shabbat Shalom. If you're able to do so, I ask that you please rise. Once again, we're in the red Siddur Lev Shalem, page 39b for the Baruch Hu.
מעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ולילה אדוני צבאות שמו על חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבי.
Amen. Please be seated. Ahavat Olam, page 40.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נצליח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגויי יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגויי יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגויי יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגויי יומם ולילה די 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 באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בעם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
We're on page 42. Vayomer Adonai Moshe lemor daber b'nei Yisrael. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. We continue, page 44. Who is like you, Adonai, mi chamocha?
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות עושה פלא. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה. זה לי, זה לי, ענו ויאמרו. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה. ענו ויאמרו. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות עושה פלא. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות עושה פלא. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות עושה פלא, עושה פלא, עושה פלא. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, הגיע לו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen. On page 45, we'll read the English together on the left-hand side of the page, beginning with the words, allow us. Once again, page 45, left-hand side. Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, swords, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ashkivenu Adonai,
Eloheinu leshalom, ve'obidenu malkeinu
lechaim. Ashkivenu Adonai,
Eloheinu leshalom, ve'obidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'omidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzitenu uvoenu lechaim ulshalom me'ata Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'omidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
Please rise as we sanctify Shabbat together. Vishamru, page 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתונם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם,
אותי
לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל
את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואימרו אמן. יהי
שמי רבה מבורך,
לעלם ועד בהוויה.
יתברך,
יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתחומא ויתעשה, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמדקודשה לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה.
תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמין רם בעלמא,
ואימרו אמן.
Please remain standing. The Friday night Amidah begins on page 47. This is a silent prayer. Use the words of the Siddur to guide you or private meditations of your own heart. When you're finished praying your Amidah, please be seated.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. 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 Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'enecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Because we've had such a turbulent week and because we have such an incredible bar mitzvah this weekend, I'm asking Grayson to lead us in Psalm 121. You can turn to this on page 450. It's the psalm in the middle of the page, and we'll read this responsively. Grayson will begin in the regular print. You'll respond in the italics. Once again, page 450, middle of the page.
I lift my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come?
My help is from Adonai, who made the heavens and earth.
Adonai will not let your foot slip. Your guardian does not slumber.
For the guardian of Israel neither sleeps nor slumbers.
Adonai is your protector.
Adonai is the shield on your right hand.
The sun will not strike you down by day, nor the moon by night.
Adonai will protect you from every evil and watch over you.
Adonai will watch over your coming and your going from this time forth and ever and ever.
We're going to continue on page 173. There's a Misha Barak prayer for those in our community who are in need of healing. Obviously, unfortunately, right now, there's Jews all over the world, especially in the homeland, that are suffering from all sorts of terrible afflictions. Typically, I go out into the congregation and people have an opportunity to say a name out loud, but because there's so many of us, which is a good thing tonight, we'll sing on page 173, and while we're singing, if you want to say their name out loud, you're welcome to do so. Once again, 173.
Sheberach Avotenu Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Please rise as we turn to page 54, Kaddish Shalem.
יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה,
Amen.
ילמד דברה קירותי, וימליך מלכותי, וחייכון ויומכון וחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב ואימרו.
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעלם ולמעלמיה, יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן וילמה ואימרו.
Amen.
יתקבל צלותיהון ובתיהון לכל ישראל, קדם אבוהון די ושמיה ואימרו.
Amen.
יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואימרו.
Amen.
עושה שלום במרומיו, ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואימרו.
Aleinu is on page 56. Please remain standing.
שהונות השמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב קרוב השמיים עם העל ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים מעל הארץ מתחת אין עוד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Please be seated. Congregation Agudas Achim is acknowledging the yortzites of Geneva Armold, Joyce McKinney-Bean, David Beekoff, Lawrence Feldman, Samuel Friedberg, Susan K. Goldberg, Joseph Healer, Lyle Jacobs, Israel Cantor, Lester Klein, Ben Marion, Lee Noble, Patricia Rail, Elizabeth Ravik Sackland, Fanny Schneider, Leah Siegel, Annie Siegeloff, Gerald Jerry Sigmund, Sidney Stallman, Deborah Gail Zisman. We're also sending condolences to the family on the loss of Anita Kabuti, the wife of David Kabuti and mother of Stacy Kabuti Dory. Mourners and those observing a yortzeit once again have an opportunity to say the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 58. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divara Kirute v'yamlich Malkute B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Olamei Almaya Yit Barak v'yishtabach v'yit Pa'ar v'yit Ramam v'yit Naseh V'yit Adar, v'yit Ale, v'yit Alal, Shemei de Kudesha, Barichu, Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Ta'amiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Please be seated. We now have an opportunity to hear announcements from the president of our congregation, Mark Ross.
I told Craig that I spoke to 400 or 500 people this week at a conference, but I'm more nervous because my wife and my children are watching on streaming. So Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And I promised the rabbi we wouldn't go around and make everybody stand up and introduce themselves, so that. But I also want to share just a quick story. The rabbi always has these sermons on Friday night, and they always connect with me, and it's like we're twins from another set of parents who know what's going on, because this past week, I'm going to be like your friend Sam. So we're going on a trip. The dog gets a cough. He has to go to the vet and get $1,000 worth of x-rays to be told he may have congestive bronchitis, okay? So we have to scramble. He can't go to the kennel, so we get a nice lady, thanks to the Diamond family who gave us their deal. I get the text the first day we're there, and I found out that I have just bought some lady I don't even know a YSL wallet for $700 because the dog ate it, and a pair of socks, but he only ate one of those. And so I'm going to be like your friend Sam. So I want to just, a couple of things that are going on. Again, and the most important thing is we have a big thing coming up with our community service program that I think is real important, and it's bonding across a lot of organizations, and it goes to a great thing. We are collecting underwear and money for a charity. Last year, I think we did it with the Afghan Refugee Center. This year, there's a different charity. So if you look on your way out, that way, there's the Shabbat cards. It gives all the stuff that's going on. Grayson, you did a great job. So speaking in front of people is no big deal, so you'll do great tomorrow, I promise. And everybody else, welcome on streaming. We hope you liked it. Grayson, you need to have a bar mitzvah every weekend so it's full. So we can work on that, maybe negotiate. So, yeah. Oh, maybe so. President. You want to be president? So thank you, everybody, for being here, and Shabbat Shalom.
All right, as we know, Grayson will be called to the Torah tomorrow morning. When he was up here, he said, Rabbi, I was so inspired by your sermon that I want everybody just to buy me sea monkeys. I don't want any checks. I know what, right? It's just only, okay, so yeah. There you go. So having lots of little sea monkeys, it'll be wonderful. Anyway, we're really looking forward to, like I've been saying all week, it's a much needed simcha. When he stands tomorrow with the Torah and says Shema Yisrael, it'll be a really powerful moment. I hope to share it with all of you. Once again, tomorrow morning we'll start at 9:15. We are going to conclude our service on page 211, Adon Olam.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נוע אדון עולם והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם אדון עולם אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא ונשא וחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה אדון עולם בלי ראשית בלי תכלית בלא העוז והמצווה אדון עולם אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא ונשא וחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם והוא אלי וחי קולי וצוחב לי ביצר אדון עולם והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום מקרא אדון עולם אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, נעשה בחסדו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם, בידו אבקיד רוחי, תישן וירא אדון עולם.
Please rise.
ברוחי כביעתי, אדוני ולא ירא אדון עולם, אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא,
בחסדו
מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם. You want me to do it? Okay. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למזרע קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam,
hamotzi
lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Adonai Ozle Mo Yitain Adonai Yivarech Etamo Vashalom Shabbat Shalom Agudas Achim
Chai, Am Yisrael chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael chai, Am Yisrael chai, Am Yisrael chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu 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 chai. Am Yisrael chai, Am Yisrael chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael chai. Am Yisrael chai, Am Yisrael chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael chai. Davinu, Davinu, Davinu chai. Oh Davinu, Davinu, Davinu chai. Oh Davinu, Davinu, Davinu chai. Oh Davinu, Davinu, Davinu chai. Shabbat shalom. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry? That was Joshua Sharsky. He's the composer who wrote it. The song. No, he composed it. Same composer for both. Same arranger, I should say. Arranger, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome.
Very, very